This user is set up as a fee earner and bookkeeper. If set up as only a bookkeeper, this just wouldn't be here. So if I go to posting transactions, scroll down a bit, the first one I've got here is matter receipt. So this is to record any money from received by the practice. So don't get confused with payments and receipts. When a client pays us, from the firm's perspective, that's a receipt of money. Now, if work has not been done on this particular matter that you're receiving the money against, it would be receipted as trust and into the trust bank account. The payment method, I'm going to choose EFT because checks are very unusual now, and the reason we have the option is because we treat the in-house bank as a separate bank from the bank proper. In other words, if you receive check or cash, it sits in the firm, and then possibly later today or tomorrow you physically go and deposit in the bank, but that could be made up of multiple payments from clients. So you would then transfer the money from your in-house bank into your bank proper. So the next thing would be to post the matter. You can type in any part of the matter name or description. So for instance, just to illustrate, I've typed in construction, started typing it, and it brought that up. So if I click on that, I've selected that matter for Brown Construction. The date defaults today, so I could go straight to narration, but if it was received yesterday, for instance, I could go and click yesterday. Narration. Right, so you could type whatever you want there, but a meaningful description is useful. And let's say, so you could indicate that it's to part of it to pay a third party, or it's for deposit on fees or whatever, and you click OK. So immediately this entry has been posted to the matter, the debtors control, the general ledger, and the bank account. So if I view, normally you could just do another receipt here, but I could view the last receipt captured. Normally you would access this from the transaction file, which has got a hyperlink to it, not immediately, unless you wanted to produce a printed receipt. Or you could save this as a PDF and email it. So this will be a 3-part receipt. If I just get 100%, I can show you. So you'll see it's in 3-part. You've got original file copy and account copy, and you can, it's normal A4 paper that you print on your, probably a laser printer, and can be perforated, the paper. You can just ask the supplier to perforate it. You can reverse a receipt over there, because once you have an accounting entry, you can't just make it disappear. There has to be an audit trail. Talking of audit trail, if I look at the menu here, it becomes quite, a lot of these things open up and becomes very big. So what I can do, I can just start typing into that filter, and there it filters out audit trail. So if I click on audit trail now, this shows me, by default will be for the month, and by default will be business trust and investment accounting transactions, but no unbilled, and that's normally what I'd want. So I could do it for any period. If I'm doing it for this month, I've got other entries, so I go down and there's my 300-400 with all the details, and that's there forever. So I could come back next year and find it as well. The other thing that's useful is you can search. So if I just start typing anything, it'll find only entries with 3-4 in them somewhere, but I could have looked on the account name or the receipt number or anything. So once again, good for an audit where it's quick and easy to find anything you need. So That's receipting, but just to quickly while I'm here, if we look at posting transactions, you'll see you can also do business receipts that way. You've got matter payments, supplier invoices. Now, suppliers can be things like advocates, sheriffs, or your local supplier like your stationery, Waltons, whatever. Your payments, business receipts, that would be things like you might receive money from a partner into the capital account. Payments could be to pay SARS. Section 78.2a, the system deals with that because when we do an investment, there's quite a few entries behind the scenes, and this automates it and makes it simple. You don't have to know debit from credit, but it's taking money out of trust, putting it into investment, updating the client's account, trust and investment. And then you've got the interest charges, your trust transfers. The system manages the trust transfers, as reverse transfers if necessary. What's very important is if you run the trust transfer, you'd report on the screen to interrogate that before updating. There'll also be a much more detailed section on trust transfers. Bank transfers, for instance, drawing money out of petty cash, drawing money out of your business bank into petty cash, the transfer from business bank to petty cash, reconciling your bank and journal entries. There'll be more detailed short videos on these subjects.